What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and I just wanted to do a short video talking about a game I have been looking forward for a while, and it's coming out at the end of October. To be precise, October 27th. As a mecha fan, especially with how niche the genre has become in the years, more specifically towards video games, we don't get to see that many mecha games, even compared to how much we used to see in previous console generations, especially ones published by big companies that could provide substantial budget to developers. Sometimes I just imagine how amazing a mecha game could be with a budget of a AAA game and the right developers, of course. Because making a mecha game not just requires money, but the right people to make it. Otherwise, it could be horrible or a massive flop. Now, I'm not here to talk about the topic, but what I wanted to talk about is Super Robot Wars 30, which this franchise is finally releasing a game here in the West. Well, technically they have released some games, but very few. It's one of the mecha games I always like importing and playing, but the fact that we are getting it officially here in the West has me extremely excited. But before I continue, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. For those that don't know, Super Robot Wars is a series of tactical role-playing video games produced by Bandai Namco. The first game came out in 1991. Usually, the Super Robot Wars franchise have their own unique characters in each game. However, a big part of the charm, at least for me, is how they not just feature their own mechs, but they also feature characters and mechs from manga and anime franchises. They always find a way to bring them all together for the game. Sadly though, due to the nature of the amount of crossovers, licensing and all the problems is one of the reasons we haven't seen the franchise here in the West a lot. There are a few exceptions, but very few. Now, it's their 30th anniversary, and their next game they're releasing is Super Robot Wars 30, which they announced it will be making its way here to the West, and it will have a simultaneous release with Japan. So it's not like you will have to wait months to get your hands on this game, as you know, you wait for the translations and all that kind of stuff. You will immediately get it, or it will be immediately available. The version that is making its way to the West, sadly, is just the PC version on Steam, even though the game is coming out for the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. But it seems for those two consoles, it will only be available in Japan and in Asia. Now, it's not all sad news. As always, when it comes to the Asia version of the games, it does feature English. So you will be able to import the game for the PlayStation or the Nintendo Switch. Of course, it could be a little pricey depending on where you get it, which sucks, I know, but at least it's an option for those that don't have a PC. And of course, if you have been a fan of the franchise, you are probably used to importing the titles. I mean, I am used to importing them. So even if it wasn't going to be released here in the West for PC, I would have still imported the game somehow for the PlayStation. For me, I will be getting the PC version, of course, to support its release here in the West. And I will be importing a copy for my PlayStation because I always also like playing the games on the PlayStation. I'm really excited for this game. I love tactical RPGs, some of you guys know that, and of course I love mecha. I'm a huge fan of it. So when it comes to Super Robot Wars, I'm extremely excited, and I think it's one of those games that, not just because of the crossovers, but how much work it's put into it. I just love the animations when you're doing some of the moves. I feel they just look very nice and crisp. How the mechanics of the game overall works, I think it can be a bit challenging and fun a lot of times. You get to see character interactions that you never thought you would have seen just because of the nature of how the game is. And some of them can be hilarious, others can be just unexpected. And of course, I understand, the mechs look a bit chibi, but at least for me, it's part of the charm. I like the way they look. I understand some people would prefer if the mechs wouldn't look chibi, but for me, I like it. I'm also excited to see some franchises in this game like Mazinger Z Infinity. Mazinger in itself holds a very special place. I was introduced to the franchise very young by my father. It's one of the few things I have in common that we still like together in general. So whenever something comes of Mazinger, I'm always excited. It just reminds me so much of my childhood. Then we also are gonna see Majestic Prince. It's getting represented. I had fun watching the anime years ago, and of course, I really like the design of the mechs for Majestic Prince. I know it can have its flaws, but overall overall, I think the mechs were cool, so I'm happy that we're gonna get to see that. Of course, we will also be seeing SS Gridman. I loved SS Gridman. I love the soundtrack, the design. I'm super hyped that we're gonna get to see it in Super Robot Wars. Plus, many more franchises are gonna be involved. Of course, you're gonna get to see some Gundam series. As a Gundam fan, it's always nice seeing some representation, and we're gonna get quite a few of them. If you're a mecha fan and you love tactical RPGs, I think this is a must buy. You will rarely see so many different mecha franchises cross over with each other as you see them with Super Robot Wars, and the amount of work and effort is put into them. Plus, this is a great opportunity to show Bandai that we want to see more Super Robot Wars here in the West. And hopefully they can bring the game to other platforms next time. For me, I can't wait to get my hands on the game, and I will definitely be putting a video about the game once it comes out. Hopefully Bandai Japan don't copyright claim my video. They tend to do that a lot. We'll see what happens then. So what are your thoughts on Super Robot Wars 30? Are you excited? Feel free to leave your thoughts down below. This has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.